Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 8:23. I know it said 8:15. I was starting the video, but that's how it sets up for some reason. So I'm just jumping on. Hi, welcome to Goddess Love Healings. Today I started receiving this collective message and downloads of where Source wants me to start. And this is going to be ongoing. We're going to do a little bit each day. So it's not so overwhelming for people. But today we're going to start. And first of all, I want you to know right now, if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. And I will respond as soon as I see them. But I hope you brought your coffee, tea, whatever. Have something to drink. I'm not sure how long this channeled message is going to be. So far, I just got a couple little things down here. The rest is going to be a direct channel through. I'm a winged seer, so I see through the third eye. But Source wants me to do this for the simple reason of what's going on in our world today and how everything has been played out as far as family karma or trauma. Okay. It all resonates from the time of Adam and Eve at the beginning of time as we knew it to be. Okay. So as you all know, the world is changing. We're in an ever expanding, changing world. It's always going to change. It always needs to change so we can upgrade and improve our earthly experience as well as our spiritual experience. So, and we can see this is happening in the world today. You know, we're not a lot's going on in the church because we're all becoming awake and aware consciously that the old belief system was not our truth. Okay, if you resonate to this, take what resonates. So, I mean, there's no judgment. There's complete empathy and compassion for wherever you're at from Goddess Love Healings to you and your family and loved ones. But you can see it. You can see it even with your human eyes now. So, what it all comes down to is at the beginning of time. At the beginning of time, there was Adam. Okay, there was just Adam, and he was given reign over the garden of fruit that would be and become all mankind's meat. Okay. And as you know, that's what's happening now. Okay. Everybody's turning to organic foods and fruits, whether it's meat or whatever. So as you can see, I have no Bible here. I just want to get that out there. I have nothing written down, and I am completely open channel to Source's message. So, okay, Adam was created. And God didn't want Adam to be lonely. Okay, so this channeled message that came through was it was not about God creating Eve from Adam's rib, but was for Adam was made from dust, which was source energy. Okay, so everything that was created and God said was good and pure was from his creation. But man was created from dust. Okay, and you can get this probably from the let's see, King James version. I don't know. But for the beginning of time, he was given okay. I'm getting pictures. Okay, so here's the Garden of Eden, and he was given reign over that. Okay, and God said, "Don't touch this tree. This is good and evil tree." Okay, so he knew that, and Adam, when God created from Adam's rib, he put him to sleep and he created a woman for his companion. Okay. They're both completely naked. But the second that Eve had been deceived by the serpent, she listened to what he said. He said, surely your eyes will be opened. Okay. So your eyes will be opened and you will surely feel guilt and shame and blame and deception. You'll see it all with your eyes open. But the thing was that even though the eyes were open, she still chose to eat the fruit. So when she did that, Adam did not. Okay, source is the same. Adam did not say no to the fruit. Okay, so this is where the man took on. Well, God gave reins to the man to work hard, take care of the family. This was the consequences. Okay, and the consequences for Eve was that she would bear children and bear hard labor and so forth and so on. Okay, we've lived that. We've lived that. And now that we're all awakening to who we truly are since the beginning of time and how everything has completely changed and is meant to be changed. Everything was always meant to be changed. Because now it's not that the feminine is taking the power back from the divine masculine energy, right? The Adam and Eve, right? It's that they were equal. Okay, they were equal. And what had happened was, okay, God gave Adam complete control over Eve's voice, okay, where he would be in control of the power, okay? And what had happened was the guilt, the shame, the blame, and the deception had ate at Adam, and this became his dominant energy, okay, which in turn all of mankind took on that energy, okay, and this is our ancestors, is it not? So the channel message is to be completely aware of why things are changing, and as far as source is concerned, it's time to equal the balance. Okay, so he gave it all to the man, which for most, not all, have manipulated, misused, and manipulated the power that they were given. So source is now in complete control of all men, all their lives, whether it's love, work, career, everything. Okay. It is what he says you get to do. Okay. We all have heart's desires, and that is the heart's desires that we were given to chase as when we were first created. We all had desires and dreams and passions. But what happened was, because of this dysfunctional energy, it was misperceived. So I'm reading energy, so I'm going as fast as I can. So the father has been deceived by the father and the father and the son, Okay, so at the end of time, as you knew it to be, all men would fight with their sons and all women would argue and fight with their daughters. Okay. And this is because this is our mirror. Okay. God made every woman and man out of his image, meaning the feminine face of God and the masculine face of God, which was never treated as equal. And now that the feminine has paid the burden to the children, to stay home and take care of the husband, the whatever you want to call it. It is now time that she can stand in her own power as the divine feminine, also knowing when to step into the masculine energy. And this vice versa. This works both ways, masculine and feminine. Okay, so it's about the infinite, pure, creative life force energy of source that you were created from. Okay, so from the beginning of time, and we are storytellers. Okay, we're storytellers. Where this came from was created. Okay, so all that was created from source, I'm just going to say, for those of you that don't know what to call it, God, universe, whatever, through source was good. It was good, including you. Okay, everything was good. And a lot that's happened and shifted in our energies and all the ancestry, the guilt, the shame, the blame, not feeling good enough, not being loved, not feeling like you're accepted, you're rejected, you're abused, you're abandoned, you're tortured, whatever. This was the consequences. All right. Now there's a new way. Yes, there's a new way. And the new way is you have a choice. Yes, they ate from the tree of good and evil. But this is a perception. Okay. And now we are given a choice. Source is giving us a choice. And I've already created this in my own life. And this is why I am who I am right now, today. I am different. Okay. Yes, I am still human 100%. Yes, I am still a soul 100%. And yes, I had to experience the suffering as well. However, I chose, and my ancestors have chosen me, to bring the truth forth to the conscious collective or the unconscious. Okay. So when Eve ate the apple, the fruit that was good or evil, we had to experience that. Okay, that's done. Now we have a choice. We can stop the good and evil perception, and just with self-acceptance, trust that you are in God's image and the creator lives within you, not without. Okay. You can't find the creator in the church. It's within. The work comes from within, the healing. Okay. And what I mean by this is we were all deceived. We were all deceived, and we followed a path that was not meant for us. Okay. Wherever that is for you. Could be love, work, career, finances, family, faith. All right. Maybe you're someone out there, I don't know who this is for, that is chosen to recreate, like I have, recreate your existence. Okay. And become a seeker of the unknown and want change through self-acceptance. Okay. And this is true healing of the mind and the emotional body. Because it took me a lot of work with learning how to rediscipline myself through God, not through my parents. Okay. So I retrained my brain to see all truths. And how I did that was becoming the observer of not only my immediate family, my earthly family, but my deceased loved ones. Okay. Their habits, patterns, and belief systems that obviously didn't work, because we were meant at the beginning of time to eat the pure fruit, sorry, from the Garden of Eden. All right. Not the good and evil tree, but since we did, we have been poisoned by eating off the earthly cattle and whatever it is, the meats. Okay. Now that's all coming to the surface. And I am a winged seer. I have been given to see past lives as well as the future and to be present, is how I do this. So it's to take my mental space out of the physical for a while and sit with the self. Okay. And just like everybody else, what would Jesus do? That's what I say. What would Jesus do? What would the divine um, expect from his divine feminine, divine masculine in the self? All right. So the feminine, regardless, has paid the price and the burden. All right. So now you have a choice, feminines. You have a choice to step into your own power as a feminine or the masculine, whichever one you resonate here in the physical. But it's about connecting to the soul essence and the true essence of who we all are as whole and oneness. Okay. So, this is why things are changing currently. Where okay, so God gave us complete when he gave the masculine energy, Adam, complete control over the voice of the feminine. This was the power of manifestation. Okay. So, as we all know, not every masculine has followed source of unconditional love. And those who do not have chose the path of the shadow aspect. So not good and evil anymore. It's shadow and self-acceptance of the light side and the dark side of you. I don't like to call it dark side, but I call it the shadow aspects. And every shadow aspect that you have lived, breathed, and experienced is to be completely forgiven with full acceptance that you are who you are. Okay, you are who you are. You've experienced what you experienced. It just simply becomes the lesson. Do you have a choice? Yes. Do you want to continue the path of the shadow aspects of yourself, which is poisoning your mind, poisoning your own emotional, your sacred heart, your sacred mind, or your sacred physical body, your vessel? Okay, so like I said earlier, I became the observer and I was to observe the actions of others, not so much what they say, because this was the inner child wound. This is the lie, okay, that we all followed. We all chose to walk the same path as either our mother or our father. And this could be simple as the way you communicate to your partner, okay, or how you witnessed it in your parents' way of being and existing and living and manifesting their lives with you present. So what you seen, heard, witnessed, whatever, it became your belief. Okay. You took that on like a sponge from 0 to 7 years old. You're like a sponge. And we took on these belief systems, habits, and patterns as they were supposed to be our own, that it was only one way, one choice. Okay. It may have been that, but it's no longer that. That is what's changing. That is what's new age, new earth. And we're not just doing it to save our own asses. We're doing it to help heal Gaia. Okay. Gaia is our true essence and mother, because who created that? Source created Gaia for us to enjoy and experience. And we manipulated and we misused our power, even as a feminine and masculine energy. We've paid that burden. Now you have a choice. And if you're someone that chooses to walk the middle path, like I did, you will be so blessed. Okay. And I don't want you to choose it because you're going to be blessed. I want you to choose it because it's not because either it's the right or the wrong thing to do. It's because you are aware consciously that you have a choice to choose better for yourself always, better for your loved ones, your children. Okay. That's the path that I chose. That's how I became the master of my physical reality and merged with my spiritual reality. And back to the beginning of time, when Eve was deceived by the snake and she ate that apple, okay, everything changed for humanity. So now it's time to we end that burden and that pattern and habit and belief system, and we can now recreate exactly who we are. And that is the whole truth, the whole essence, your God, feminine and masculine energy. You're made in God's image. What is your choice? Do you choose the shadow? Do you want to live in the shadow, or you want to embrace the shadow with the light? Okay, it's not about, this is the ego, the shadow aspects that try to keep you safe because it's so comfortable. It's something that you've always walked the path and you've lived and it's been comfortable, but it's not working anymore, is it? It's not working. Okay. So, yeah, you have a choice. So now you get to choose your own faith, your own career, your own way to love. Okay. And that is through the divine essence of love, of being and treating your partner as equal, not in this separation. We have all been in this separation, whether it's a religion, the belief system, the government system, whatever it is. Okay. You are a master manifester if you want to be. That's what I did for myself. Completely healed where I believed to follow this belief system in my own DNA and habits, patterns, and belief systems of my my earthly family, let's just say earthly family, that this is the only way. So I followed that and I suffered. And I lived paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, barely surviving. Well, I am a survivor. Now I'm a master manifester. And everything that I manifest is through my new faith, my new belief system, the new me. And you get to do this too. And I know how to do it. Okay. I know how to do it. I've been literally channeled and trained by my higher self, my soul's essence, to want more for me, to want more for my family and my loved ones. Okay. Whether it's money, more love. Okay. I had to recreate every relationship that I destroyed through my shadow aspects of the way I believed it was to communicate to a person. That was not the way. Okay. I learned that from my mom and my father. So I took my power back, my own innocence, let's say, because when I was born I was in my mother's womb, I was created like the creator's image. Once I come in to the earthly aspect and realm, I was taught this. I witnessed this. I heard that. And that became everything to me. Okay, I thought that's okay. This is the way it is. Um, and it's not like I had the worst dysfunctional family growing up. There was so much love, but it was conditioned. And I knew that at a very young age that it didn't feel right to me. Even though my mother and my father were always there and supported me, I still felt alone. I still felt this void that something was missing. And what was missing was my own truth, my own true essence of who I am as God's image, how He wanted to create every one of us. And we're not unique, we're just different. Okay, we were different. We got different families and different belief systems, but you can change that now. Okay, I'm really taking on the energy as an empath, and I've been um, actually giving my power to things, coffee, um, because as everybody knows, my consequences of taking on these habits, patterns, and belief systems, I developed breast cancer, invasive breast cancer, and I'm working through that with Source because Source only focuses on the pure essence. I was triggered, and I was triggered hardcore to go back the way I was before. And not to say that once you awaken to your truth that you're not tempted, because there is so much temptation out there. It's not that I want to go back to the life of drugs and alcohol where I gave away my power, right? Them things owned my flesh. Okay. Do not conform. Jesus said, do not conform to this masculine. And I learned why I wasn't supposed to conform to this masculine that I'm with currently. Was because everything he said hurt me, and it was meant to hurt me, but not for me to take on. It was bring to my awareness that this is what I'm not looking at in my own shadow aspect. So if what he said hurt me, what he said, what came out of the voice of the man, remember, beginning of time, okay, that was the misuse in power, misuse and control and manipulation of the wound that he was misguided by. And same with myself. Now, when he hurt me, I fired back. And the second that I realized I was firing back, I pulled back to not conform, like Jesus said. Do not conform. Stand with feeling emotion, compassion, and don't judge it because we're equal. Okay. And what he was firing at me was actually the mirror, to bring to my awareness to this way I communicated to my partners. I had to be defensive and get angry and point the finger and blame the partner. I was like, freeze. All right, so I'm not gonna. Every time he comes at me this way, I'm gonna know. Okay, I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna go within and say, okay, feel emotion, compassion, that he too is being guided by the spirit, by source. Okay. When I attack back, it's like a power struggle, and it doesn't end. Okay. I learned that lesson to not attack back and say, I understand and I'm here for you if you'd like to talk about it later. find emotion, compassion, not judgment. And bam, he didn't know what to think. Okay. All right. So yeah, there's a lot about that story. But that was it. It was that his voice would hold the power, the guilt, the shame, the blame, and the deception. Okay. Even in the self, in the feminine. So when you're sitting there with your partner, I don't care if you're too feminine, too masculine, masculine, feminine, whatever on the physical level, and you react, okay, it's got to come back. It's got to come back. It's called the power struggle. And you're stealing your partner's life force energy. Okay, this is what me and my partner did for a long time. Even though Jesus said, do not conform, it was don't conform to even sexual intercourse. Okay. It wasn't about my feelings, it was about his. Okay. He was still in that shadow aspect, and I was to deny all shadow aspect and self-love, self-care. And once I did that, everything changed. It was like a ripple effect in my relationship. And this is the way. This is the new earth, the new way, uh, the new life, if you want it. And it's a choice. I'm not saying we don't fight. Okay, well, we agree to disagree. Okay. So there was a lot of jealousy and envy. Okay. Because I was like, why do I got to do all the work, God? Why ain't he doing shit? And the second that I did that, it reflected back at him. Okay. Hit the soul knows. Okay. You're not just a human being having a human experience. You are a soul first. And you're having a human experience. And you get to choose how you have that experience. So what I did was the other day, and it's just so funny, it comes with a channel message. How could you approach all your challenges that you will face in your day to day, whether it's love, work, career, family, health, etc.? The old way that no longer works. Okay, I know you can't see this, but let me see. Last time I did this, I couldn't even see it in my video. So hopefully you can read it. So old way that no longer works. Traditional way, outward focused only. Okay. That was the deception from the snake with Eve. Surely your eyes will be open. Source didn't want these eyes only to be open. He wanted you to see with your foresight and no deception and no fear and vice versa. So since we're only outward focused, we project things onto our partner, onto our parents, onto our kids. And our kids are actually showing us this right now. Are they still following the same habits, patterns, and belief systems? Okay, that no longer work. So, seeing it with the higher perception through your soul's perception, inward focus, okay, many ways your conscious choice. So, you get a choice, okay? That's where your happiness lies. You get to choose happiness. And that's not saying what your partner's doing is okay. Okay. As long as you do not conform and say you're the feminine or masculine, whatever, and you take the step back and feel emotion, compassion, not judgment, the divine is going to step in on your behalf in your favor. Okay. Until the other partner gets it. Okay. And that might not be ever. It's a choice. So you are just someone, it's not that you're going to teach it. You are a way shower. You're just going to be who you truly are. And that's what I did. Okay. So you got many ways your conscious choice. It becomes consciously a choice instead of choosing partners and relationships from the inner child wound. Okay, that's what we attract. If we're going to live in the inner child wound, we are only going to attract what is going to uh, backfire. It's literally you're going to get pissed. You're going to want to hurt your partner. I mean, any way you can, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is to you. Okay, been there. So, how to become aware of specific patterns, habits, and beliefs in those people you love. Okay, so I'm not saying you don't love your partner. I'm not saying you don't love your parents, your children. It just was, but it doesn't have to remain. It just is. Okay, it just is. You have a choice. So, what is this choice? Fear and love. Okay, you choose love. You choose to understand from your soul's perception and perspective. It gives you a choice to say, I'm going to take a step back and understand on the soul's perspective that, yes, this person has been wounded. Okay. And what he says or she says to me is not the divine's truth. This is not the divine's essence of grace, integrity, right? This is not. Okay. This is the wound. Be aware of that. Okay. I want you to be consciously aware when you're in a conflict and there's no resolution happening, you got to walk away. You got to go, say, I'm just going to take some time for myself. And if they choose to take it personal, that's still their wound. That's not yours because you're the bigger person. You're following your soul. Okay. You're following what your soul wants you to do. So does this still work for you? Ask that question. Are you okay with all the crap, the conflict? It's mental, emotional, and physical conflicts. It's a spiritual warfare within ourselves. Okay, this is the channel message. This has become the spiritual warfare within our own mind, in our own emotions, in our own physical reality. So whatever it looks like to you in your physical world, okay, is the way you are inside. So review that, okay? How to become aware, specific patterns, habits, and beliefs in those people around you that you love. So let's say your parents. What was your perception? What did you learn? How to be, act, feel? What were your choices that you soaked up? What was that belief system that you took on as your own when you knew nothing? You didn't know you had a choice, but now you do. Okay. So, what are your true values around money, self image, world systems, and scarcity? Okay. So, that's what it's about. We're all living in this age of scarcity. And it was absolutely needed because we wouldn't know the difference at the end of time as you knew it to be. And I don't mean the end of time like the God will destroy the earth like he did with the time he guided Noah to build the ark. Okay. So that's what's happening. He is destroying everything inside you, shaking you, he's waking you, he is destroying everything that was built on a faulty foundation, whatever that is to you right now. And you cannot stop it. Okay. These are things that you even might have asked for because what you are a manifester. So ask, it is given. but get the hell out of the way so you can have it. So if you know you're in this relationship and you're praying to God, you know, I don't know what you would pray in your circumstance or your situation, but maybe it's just not feeling okay. It's not feeling good. God wants you, Source wants you to feel good. He wants you to feel like the victor, okay? I remember all my life I've suffered in relationships and I thought it was only my fault. I blame myself. I said, man, I'm just not good enough. I don't know. I felt like I was giving everything that I could give into every relationship. I loved completely. I'm waiting on my partner's hand and foot and had the clothes on the dryer ready for the shower, the meal on the table. It wasn't enough. And it wasn't that I wasn't good enough. It was that it wasn't for me. It wasn't going to happen for me. Okay? Because the ego mind, the shadow aspects of that partner, I waited. I waited and I waited and I gave it my 20%, where I had nothing left to give. And finally it just ended. It just ended. And I learned so much from all my past relationships, including past lives. Source has given me sight and vision to the relationships that I've had in this current life, I've had in other lifetimes, and I've seen it all play out practically the same way. And I had a choice to follow the way it looked then or to choose something different. And I chose something different. So our relationship, my current partner, has completely shifted and went into the divine direction. It has not went in to the ego essence. Okay. It did not do that. We have complete balance in both of our energies individually. And that is the channel message. That is what is happening right now. So there's no more one partner holding the guilt, the shame, the blame, all the being deceptive and jealous and, not forgiving. Okay. It is about forgiving. Okay. Because you want to be forgiven. You know when you're accountable. Okay. Because the things you say and feelings that you create in your relationship, they must manifest. And then there will be an action. Okay. Someone will take the action first, whichever one that is for you. So I'm really doing my best right now. But yeah, that's where it all began. And now it's all changing. And it is time to lay the burden down. Allow your soul essence to come out. Awaken your intuitive being inside and listen. Listen to what it tells you about the red flags in your relationship. And it's not to discard what the relationship, okay, let's just say this. Is it serving you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and ethereally? And what I mean by ethereally is your partner bringing to you lower energies because they will not take it as serious as you. Okay. I've been through this. And that also shifted and changed. And all I had to do is do it. I don't have to beat my partner up and say, why are you pointing the finger? I just had to do it. And everything just changed. It was that simple. That simple. But there are steps. There are specific steps. So I'm not just a tarot reader. I am the channel, the source, God, all that is. Okay. and I love it. I wouldn't change it for nothing. So I was told to come on here and try something different. You know, I've channeled before, but my gifts are and my powers from within are stronger and stronger. They're just growing and expanding. And they've been there since I was born, but they were hidden. And now that I have found them, or they have found me, I have fully accepted who I am, every aspect or experience that I've ever created unconsciously or consciously, all right, or by my subconscious, by my inner child wounds. Um, I'm not blaming my parents. I had amazing parents. People make mistakes, and I want to just say happy mistakes, because even when we pass from the physical world, we transition into soul essence of our pure divine creative life force that we came into. Uh, so we still learn. We learn exactly where we left off in each life. We either bring it in to the current, or we choose to. I mean, there isn't that I cannot channel. Um, for instance, if you come to me and you have a situation and you need a solution, I channel that solution through source or through my own experiences. Like literally, um, it's been a challenging lifetime for me, and it needed to be. I needed to experience scarcity and lack mental the mindset, and just like everybody else, I chose, however my ancestors chose me, to help awaken. And if you are going through your spiritual evolution or awakening, I can help. I can absolutely guide you and direct you to embrace, not reject. I want you to embrace all that you are, all that you ever have been, or all that you will ever be. Okay. Um, so screw the good and evil and good and bad. You have a choice. And if you are a grown ass adult, you have a choice. It is time to choose. It's time to choose love. It's time to choose your true essence, the true image of spirit, okay, that you were born to be. And with that being said, wow, that definitely needed to come out. So yeah, feminine and masculine energy out there. Whenever you come to this video, it is timeless, okay? It is completely timeless. It is directed for you and to you if you see this video. And if you have any comments, I don't care if you want to ramp and rave about what I'm talking about and you're angry. Be angry, but know why you're angry, okay? You're angry because you're not seeing clearly. And I welcome all comments. I have no separation here on this channel, and that's what Source teaches me, to be unconditional love. So wherever you're at right now in your life, in your situationship or your relationship with work, career, love, I'm here for you. All right. Um, through the beginning of the video is kind of, you know, I don't know. You really have to, when I'm a channel and I'm channeling source, God, energy, all that is, it's like I literally have to, purge that other aspects and experiences and separate myself from my true essence. Okay. And that's where I come from today. I come from the source's true essence of uh, pure, positive, creative life force energy. And I welcome you to Goddess of Love Healings. If you're new, please like, share, and comment. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I will definitely respond and give you some kind of guidance and help you move forward. But I'm completely coming from um, a place of my divine being. And, I had to think, things weren't working for me. And I was like, I want to change. Something's got to change. There's things I never experienced that I now get to experience. It could be the smallest thing is not knowing how to balance credit cards or your checkbook. And I got to do that. And it's so much fun. And now I have abundance and prosperity in every bank account and every credit card. I carry a balance, and I get to know that I get to have more of a relationship with money because it's energy. It's the true essence, and it comes from within. I do not have to work hard for it. I had to work here. I had to learn that these emotions that I was carrying, like of my past relationships that I thought just tore me apart and broken me, that I would never love again, that I would never trust love, that I would never trust my family. I learned that, you know what? It isn't about trusting them. It's about trusting me and being able to be like the universe trained me. True discernment in essence. What do I want to feel? What does happiness look and feel like to me? And it started with me, damn it. I've been so unhappy my entire life. It was like, holy shit. Like, is this what it really feels like? I have faith and I have hope. And I pray for the collective to awaken and choose love yourself, be yourself, trust yourself, know yourself, which is God's image. Okay, you're perfectly imperfect. So how much better does that get? So it's okay to feel imperfect because nobody's perfect. I wasn't freaking perfect, you know um and I know you're not. So I can totally relate and empathize. So, let's see, anything else? All right. Just open your heart. Open your heart. Open your sacred heart. Allow your sacred mind to lead you. Okay. Here in the physical. Embrace the world as it is because you know what? It's out of our hands when we give all our struggles, our finances, our worries, our stresses to God. That is the God we choose. We don't choose the ones that have misused and manipulated their energy and power as a masculine or feminine. Take what resonates out there, whoever. But seriously, this is who I am. I will never go backwards. Well, I won't say never, but only because I get to. I get to always go backwards to remind myself where I am now. And I celebrate and honor the past lives that I've seen. And I honor all my relationships that I believed failed me or I failed them. We didn't fail each other. We completed our contract. And however we end that contract, like for one relationship, I had to choose me. I had to say, no, this is enough. You're not getting your cake and eat it too. All right. No, you can't walk all over me and think I'm still going to be waiting here for you. I got a life. I got choices. I got dreams, desires, and aspirations. Fuck you. That's what I said. And I did it compassionately, by the way. Anyways, I love you all. I'm getting the hell off here because I could channel for lifetimes. So yeah, if you like my style, you resonate to this message in any part of it, the whole message, piece of it, eh, half of it, whatever, you know, leave it in the comments. Let me know how it resonates to you and where I can bring more. I want to bring more. I want to open up the chat. I want to have live chats, um, and be able to communicate to people and see where you're at and see how I can channel the solutions. And I know I am not the only one out there. My nose is just because it's spirit, but I'm not the only one out there that suffered. I mean, I had my parents, but it turned out I didn't know them like I thought I did. Okay, my dad was someone completely off. I don't even know what to call it. And that's how that ended. And my mom too. I mean, she's still kind of the one that's back and forth. She's holding on really tight to me though. And she can't do that anymore. I am true to my path. I am true to God. I signed up for this contract to bring my whole earthly family, and that means the collective, not just my physical family on earth. All of you, all of you. I am the light, and I'm going to stand here in my truth and God's truth. He's gave me the sword of truth. He's gave me the sword to speak clearly and confidently. And these are things that I could never do. These are things I could never do. I was shy. I was afraid to speak. I was afraid of being persecuted and inquisition or whatever. And then we're past lives as well. But time has changed. All right. Whatever label you have on you, let that go. Let that go. You are whole, pure, positive, creative life force energy. And if you couldn't even paint a picture or draw a picture before, because I was there, I was okay. Where did this come from? I just literally, I painted this Mexican. No offense, ethnic, but in my vision, I'm supposed to listen to my dreams and follow my dreams. The next day, I seen it on the news, and I'm like, holy crap! Okay, we can dive deeper. We're gonna keep diving deeper, and I'm gonna keep opening up the channel, and it's a clear channel, right? My crown is like wide open, and yours can be true too. Yeah, as soon as you admit your own truth and you take your power back, divine feminine or masculine, because we are equal. Okay, we're made in God's image, and I'm going to end it there. I'm feeling the energy pull back. So thank you. I love you all. 5810. So maybe that number resonates to somebody out there. 5 to me is challenge and change. 8 meaning with power. Okay, your mind is powerful. Yes, be mindful of your thoughts. Be mindful of how you feel about others or towards others or where you direct your feelings. Your intentions are everything. Okay, your intentions are everything. I'm out of here because I'll keep channeling. I love y'all. Peace.